Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, beautiful people. My name is Francine, and I'm here with my channel, The Hermetic Herald. I'm here for a channeled message for a celebrity today. I'm here for Billie Eilish. I'm going to be talking about her life, her career, anything that comes up, honestly, because I want to make sure that I'm free-flowing. So I haven't had any viewer requests put in for Billie Eilish. This is something that I feel personally is needed to help the collective in some way. I want to let you guys know that if you're new, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate and love all of the people that have crossed paths with me. I feel like there's a lot of insight and clarity that comes through numbers, people coming together, communicating, having discourse about things like this. So it means a lot to me to talk and to relate and relay things with people. So I am here today to talk about someone, and I purposely do not focus on headlines. I purposely do not focus on gossip or rumors unless I'm addressing it to clarify something. I like to come into any reading for that matter with the understanding that what people try to project onto these celebrities is not going to be the truth. Not always. It usually affects the readings that I do, and I do not like doing that. I usually scrap anything I feel like is biased, because when I'm too biased, I feel like the readings then become, the cards start telling me what I'm feeling, and I don't like that. You can tell when that happens. And I usually do not post. I never post those things because I really am irked by readings that sound predictable or don't feel like they have some weight or truth to them. I typically consult with my guides before I post because I want to make sure that everything I post is actually coming from a true place of reading and interpreting the cards correctly. So I know some people like to say like accuracy is not 100% guaranteed, and I get that, but I also try to be as accurate as humanly possible because I am the King of Swords energy on this platform. I like being more clear and concise and also sharing what I hear. So you're going to see that with Billie Eilish and with all the artists I touch base with, okay? I wanted to let you guys know that I'm clairaudient as well, so primarily I'm going to hear messages and then relay them to you. It's going to be messages from their spirit team. If Billie Eilish's team tries to pitch in, I'll let you know what I'm hearing. And then also with my spirit team and whoever else is here that wants to help. I feel like there's so many spirit teams, okay, that want to help us understand these celebrities. So whatever is for their highest good, that's what I invite in, okay? So we're going to look at Billie Eilish's current situation. We're going to look at her ambitions, her long-term goals, her talents and strengths, current energies or current challenges, I should say, the direction that she needs to take to make the best use of her fullest potential. What are the hidden aspects that she needs to be aware of, and what influences there will be in the next 6 months that she can expect, and a summary at the end, okay? Okay, I feel like we're ready. So where she is now is number 1. What is her ambition? What is her long-term goals? I'm hearing 2 for ambition. Let's keep going. Career, long-term goals, talents and strengths, current energy, current challenges, direction to take, hidden aspects that need to be brought to light, near influences in the next 6 months, and a summary here. Okay, bottom of the deck for Billie Eilish, okay? I'm hearing renegade. So she is a renegade. She is someone who likes to shake things up. When we get the world coming in, that's usually about transitions. It could be about traveling, but it also means a new era, a new cycle approaches. And I feel like she's based off of four core values that she has. I feel for some reason that she ties them up and keeps them close. Spirit's saying it that way to me. It's very interesting and poetic. I feel like she has 4 stable either people in her life or 4 stable core values that they want to talk about. She is a fixed, for some reason, her energy is more fixed than anything, which is interesting. Typically mutable signs are really good at transitioning. So I don't know what her sign is. Interesting. We have the Knight of Wands and the Three of Wands. She has 2 wands coming in afterwards, which is about moving quickly into looking to the horizons, looking to what is meant to come in for her. We have a Star after that, which tells me that she's looking at her healing, and she's also reaching for the heights, reaching for the stars. She is willing to go quickly into more of her stardom, understanding herself to a deeper level. Because when I think of stars, I think of how they kind of come into this world and they truly make a presence, or create a presence in people's lives. When you look up at the stars, those same stars are seen by so many people. And that's what I feel like her energy is trying to say. She's going to be seen by so many, and she already has been. So it's like she's going to continue to shine in her own way. And it's just, she's going to get to understand herself better in the process. So that's what we have for her. The World is a huge, huge card. That's major arcana. So there's great things in store and a lot of transitions are coming for her. So what is her current situation? We have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is about equal give and take. So she's in the energy of giving to people that give to her, of being focused on her, I'm hearing gab. That's so funny. On how she speaks. I feel like she has the gift of gab. She can talk to people a certain way, where it helps people and it lightens people up. But for some reason, I'm hearing litigation. What's interesting is that usually is involving the court system. So I feel like she's just trying to be a better judge of her energy, of who she gives her energy to, who she talks to, who she relates to, who she spends time with. She might be dealing with something in the court system, but it's private. But I feel as though it's mostly about her giving energy and wanting to receive in turn. So she wants equal give and take in any relationship right now. And she's focusing on reciprocity. I feel like she's also being more kind and generous with her gifts. I feel like she's giving to some specific friends. And I'm hearing 6. There's some friends around her that she's being really giving towards and helpful with at this time. And I'm seeing this person with the blue. I'm seeing that pocket. So that person their pockets are being filled by Billie. So she's helping someone financially right now. Okay. But she's doing it in a way where she's being generous, but she's not letting them cling to her, if that makes sense. She's like trying to give them independence, but she's also taking care of them. Interesting. All right, so that is where she's at right now. What is her ambition? What motivates her career path, drive, and initiative? We have the 9 of Pentacles, her independence, and the 2 of Cups. So this is about, the 2 of Cups is about divine alignment, whether that be with herself or whether that be with another person. It depends on the energies of the cards. What I'm getting really strongly is that this is talking about, with the 9 of Pentacles, her independence, her ability to create a business for herself, her ability to have her own money coming in and not someone else's, and also just of being in divine alignment with loving herself, looking at herself in the mirror and being able to be in love with that. It's also about recognizing your masculine and your feminine energy. So what drives her is her independence. Her ambition is to focus in on her money and on what she's saving and what she's creating with her gifts. I feel like the grapes are very indicative of when you have a lot of things to nourish people with. I feel like she nourishes the people that listen to her music. I feel like she nourishes the people that listen to her. And she's feeling really blessed by that. And I feel like she wants to give that to other people. And that's why the 6 of Pentacles is coming through. So she's just being really giving. She's being really in tune with herself. And also independence is her ambition here. What are her long-term goals, Spirit? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Long-term is to be slow and steady, to not rush or to fall off the bandwagon in the sense that she loses herself. It's like the Knight of Pentacles is all about stability, and she has 3 cards that are pentacles. So she's focused on stability long-term. She's focusing on her gain throughout time, learning really important lessons. I'm hearing impactful lessons so that she doesn't have to like learn them all over again. She's trying to take her time with her lessons, with her experiences. She's trying to take it slow and steady. That is her long-term goal, is to continue to be slow and steady and to keep rising to the occasion. Okay? To be consistent, to be faithful with her goals and with her career path. What are her talents and strengths, Spirit? We have the Lovers. Her talents and strengths is connecting to people on a deeper level. One of her talents and strengths is loving people. She's able to connect to people from all over, and I'm hearing all walks of life. I feel like she just has a connection to so many people. I'm also feeling like she has a lot of soulmates, and what's interesting is that Drake also has a lot of soulmates in this incarnation. I'm sure they're not the only two people, but I'm definitely getting the vibe of someone who is able to bridge a gap or bridge a divide between people. And she's also able to love people very deeply. That is her strength, her love, her heart. When she keeps her heart open, that is when she will see the greatest blessings. I feel like even when she gets hurt, I feel like if she continues to focus in on being true to herself, she will never fall astray or fall away from her gifts. Her gifts are very closely tied with her love. We have another card here for what are her current challenges and obstacles. Judgment, speaking her truth, or speaking out about something. Judgment is also about karma. I almost feel like, I've never seen it this way, but I feel like karma is at play here. So her challenges and obstacles is allowing people that need to be shown karma or shown judgment, shown that judgment, and not trying to take it away or not trying to dismiss that person's offense. For some reason, I'm getting an energy from someone else, and I'm hearing light skin, which is really weird. Okay, Spirit guides, can you please clarify judgment as Billie Eilish's current challenge and obstacles. So we had one card come through, it was the Star, healing. So she needs to, there's like a need for her to recognize her healing process, and I feel like she may not see something that needs to be seen. I'm seeing the Three of Wands here, and I'm feeling the bottom of the deck, which is the Three of Swords. Wow. Okay, so number 3 is really important. There's something in regards to love that she's not seeing, and the problem with that is that she's not letting someone get in trouble for something that they did. I'm just gonna be honest. Someone here hurt her badly, and she needs to let them have their karma, but she's trying to come from it from a higher perspective, quote unquote, that this person can change, or this person doesn't need to air out their dirty laundry. That's so interesting for this card, but I'm getting the vibe that there's someone else in the room, someone else involved with her energy that's coming through. And when I see the Three of Swords and the Star, this is a love that someone, a lover of some kind, has placed her in a sense. She's now at a crossroads where she's trying to heal, but she needs to get into that energy more. Like, she's not addressing something with regards to this person. She's not letting this person have their karma. We have here the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands, or Eight of Pentacles. She's focusing on her career, focusing on her work, and she's trying to show this person love, but there's something that they did. Is there anything you'd like to tell us about what was done, what this person did, Spirit? Okay, we got the Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is usually about trying to keep something up, trying to keep it going. It's about resilience. So I'm hearing resilience at its finest. But what we have here is the Five of Wands, and we have the Knight of Wands and the Four of Cups. So this person was not very attached emotionally to Billie. And I feel like with the Five of Wands coming through, that's usually about conflicting ideas. I feel like they conflict this person. A clue to knowing who this person is that they had very conflicting ideas with regards to sex, with regards to drive. And I feel like one of the two of them was like this, was not interested, was very detached. And I feel like one has a deeper sense when it comes to sex or with regards to relationships, because I'm seeing the Hermit and the Hierophant. And one did not take it as seriously when it comes to like the physicality of a relationship, romantic relationship. So I'm seeing that there was a conflict and that there was some disassociation on someone's part. And this happened pretty consistently. So this person, what they did was they kept up a facade, or they kept going despite knowing that they had a differing opinion or different view on something in their relationship, past relationship. Okay. Interesting. I feel like this is going to come up again, but let's just keep on going, okay? What is the direction that she needs to take to make the best use of her fullest potential? the Emperor. Her masculine energy, staying on top of her game, being very strong-willed, independent, being a leader. When I say operating in your masculine, I don't want to dismiss the feminine. It's more so about being balanced between the two. And when you need to operate in your masculine primarily, coming from a place of compassion and benevolence and love is what needs to happen here. So being in control of her own destiny, her own life, taking center stage, never letting someone outshine or dismiss her energy, dismiss her presence, dismiss her worth. She needs to always focus on being the emperor in her life, controlling her output, what she does, first and foremost. What hidden aspects are needed for us to bring up here? We have the Four of Swords. Okay. The hidden aspects that need to be brought to light are the Four of Swords energy. What's been put to rest? Okay. There's some things that have been put to rest, and I'm hearing prematurely, because it was better to stop talking about it, or to stop thinking about it, or to stop focusing on it in order for her to move on, for Billie to move on. So there's something about Four of Swords energy coming through that's going to come back up again. So I'm feeling like she's resting from a situation mentally, but I think that it's just so that she can talk or address it later. I feel like something is coming up for her again. I feel like it's going to make a resurgence, because I feel like when you're in the Emperor energy, you have so many things that you need to lead for or from. I feel like she's going to be like, wait a minute, I want to understand the situation. I want to really focus on why I had to take some time away from this person. This feels like a person, again, this feels like a person that she's taken time away from. And this situation is not over. I just feel like that. Moving on to calmer waters, moving into clarity, and then at the right appointed time, karmic destiny taking over to where she'll stand up and defend herself. There's something about this person, the Four of Cups, not being in the right mental space to address this. We also have the King of Pentacles, so they might be an earth sign, I'm not sure, but earth energy is here. Okay. So it's someone that has money as well, someone who's resourceful. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Let's move on to what we can expect in the next 6 months with regards to her near future influences. Ace of Swords. Wow. We can expect clarity on the situation. We can expect clarity from her being more honest and upfront. She already seems to be honest and upfront. I feel like she's just going to continue to remain focused, to remain distinct, to remain honest about the situation. If someone asks her about it in the next 6 months, I feel like she's going to mention like some bondage that she felt to this person, or the bondage this person had in regards to addiction, in regards to lying, in regards to cheating, in regards to something. This person was not, they had other options or other people involved. Yeah, I don't know if this person's a Capricorn, but I'm getting Capricorn energy twice, or a Gemini. There's something about this person being caught up in some bondage. Like, I don't know if it's sex addiction, but this person was a page, so they're a very young and immature energy coming through here. But let's look at the summation. Clarity is coming with regards to all of this. Summation is the Ace of Wands. So she's going to continue to pursue what inspires her for her music, what's going to inspire her with her career path, what inspires her in love. She is the Empress coming through again. We had that in the beginning of the reading. So with that said, let's go into her light attributes here. I'm hearing cereal, so I don't know. I guess she likes, I wonder, does Billie like cereal a lot? Because I'm just hearing cereal bowl, and I'm doing this in the morning, so she likely could be up early. For some reason, I'm getting cereal bowl, and I'm getting lemon. Does she like lemon stuff? I don't know if she's ever mentioned that to anyone. Sometimes their guides tell me little things to confirm it for specific people. Like if the celebrities themselves see it, they know. Okay. Spirit, I'm hearing Lori. Okay. Let's keep going. I'm just getting a lot of things. Interesting things that she likes bananas. I don't know why I'm getting that. All right. So what are her light attributes, Spirit? We have mentor. She's a mentor. She passes on wisdom and refines a student's character. She also is having the Advocate card come through, which is someone who inspires you to put compassion into action. She's a very compassionate person. Okay. We also have Pioneer. She has a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. I'm hearing deleted. So usually when you have a document, you know how if you're on social media and you post something and then you go back on it and that person's deleted it, it'll say this post has been deleted. I feel like she has so many things that she wanted to do and create that she deleted before people could see it. I don't know why I'm getting a bonsai tree for some reason. I don't know if she's ever been to Japan, but bonsai is coming through. If she's been to Japan, I wonder if she has gotten a bonsai tree that's coming through. And I don't know why, but I'm getting that she likes Christmas time. Christmas time, this season is really fun for her. Vampires coming through. So she's able to see when someone's draining her life force, and she's really good at saying, hey, I need to put up some boundaries. You're being a little too codependent. You're being too dependent on me. So this is what I'm talking about with regards to the Six of Pentacles. It seems like she knows when people are being too needy, and she tries to distance from that and tell them, hey, be empowered. I'll help you out, but I want you guys to be independent. We also have Child Wounded, awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. Opens the learning path of forgiveness. She is very, very, very forgiving. She has this way about her where she doesn't take it personally, or she tries not to take it personally, because she kind of resigns to herself, like, you know what, I can't make this person love me, or I can't make this person change, so I'm going to accept you as you are and move on. We have 3 cards for her karmic or her shadow attribute. This one says, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. So this feels like something she has to check in with every now and then, because I saw the Emperor earlier. Remember, guys, the Emperor energy was what she needed to, is the direction needed to take. And I feel like that's because there's times in her past where she's given her willpower to someone or to an external authority rather than taking her own direction. And this might have helped her through some difficult times in the beginning of her career path. It's something that's in the background that she needs to be aware of. This doesn't mean that that's what she is. It's more so just she tends to do that when she feels like she's alone or feels isolated. This also is about concealing deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. She's working on not letting herself be bullied by people, but also not letting herself sink to their level of being like that same energy when she gets someone that throws, like, insults her way or tries to hurt her, not throwing it back in the same way where she's losing herself. Does that make sense? We also have projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. She's a shapeshifter. So she needs to be careful with for when people try to put her or project her in a certain way, being careful not to let people dictate who she is. Not letting people use her body, her mind, her music for a personal agenda. Okay, staying real. And I'm hearing the realist. She's like the realist here. Okay. And when I say realist, it's like more so R-E-L-E-S-T, not R-E-L-I-S-T here. Okay. It's like a term for someone who's just honest and upfront. So Spirit, what are her healing messages in love? Wow, one flipped over. Anger. She feels like the energy, she's not trying to be angry. But here's the thing, I feel like she sometimes avoids confrontation with certain things and she tries to accept it. And then like 4 weeks later, you talk to her and she's like, I'm still mad about that actually. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm really not happy with what happened. And it's like there's a resurgence. There's something about her needing to address her anger right away about a situation, and that it's okay to be angry. I feel like she needs to let herself be angry. We have discernment. This could also be anger towards herself about how she perceives someone. We have another card coming through, which is self-love, 41. Wow. And we had grounding. So she needs to just focus in on it's on knowing that anger is not inherently bad. There's something here about people in her past telling her that anger was bad. And I'm hearing wild woman. I don't know if someone tried to say like, hey, like you're crazy. Like, you know how some guys or some people out there try to tell women that they're crazy because they're emotional. I feel like she's felt like she was at her, she was weak if she was in her emotions. If she let her emotions show, she felt really vulnerable. And I feel like sometimes she puts up a guard for people, and she tries to say, oh no, we're good. And she tries to mask that she's mad, but she's actually mad. And I feel like she did that to regain control so people could not take something from her or feel good knowing that they made Billie Eilish angry. It's like she kind of had this response where she was like, yeah, I know that you're a piece of expletive, but she would try to like hold her emotions at bay to assert dominance. Does that make sense? Her way of asserting dominance was by taking away her emotions or not letting people see her in her most vulnerable state. So we have one card coming through, which is sacred space. She needs to have a sacred space for her anger. Like when she's alone, talking to herself or expressing that anger somehow is going to help her. She needs to be very discerning. She needs to be very trusting of her discernment. I feel like when she's grounded, most of the time she knows things. And I feel like she knew something about someone in her past relationship recently. I keep getting that person. I don't even know who they are. I just know, I think their last name is Rutherford or something. Self-love is here. I feel like she ultimately chose herself, but I feel almost like she still has aspects that she questions, because I'm seeing a question mark here. And it almost seems like for some reason I'm getting an imagery of the Riddler. Like it's something that she's figuring out, like a puzzle piece, like how to love herself. That's coming through real strong. And I feel like what really would help is letting go of intense regret. I feel like she goes through some like bouts of regret for things in her past, or letting people do certain things in her past. I feel like she's addressing it alone. She's not letting people in on this. And that's okay. You know, I want her to focus on what feels right for her, but she needs to address it at some point. Grounding is going to help her, and I don't think what Spirit's trying to say is that true grounding involves like being one with nature or being connected to nature more. I feel like she might try to ground by eating, or might ground by smoking something, or there's something about that coming through. Like, you know how you can sometimes help with your anxiety by smoking? Nothing's wrong with that. But I feel like she does it to ground all the time, and I feel like it's not going to last. It doesn't last very long, so you have to just be aware of the need for nature, the need to walk out, to listen to the birds, to put your feet on solid ground, or on rather some dirt, some soil, some sand. Something about grounding is so important. Being near a tree, letting the sun's rays hit you. She needs to take more time to do that. Are there any messages in regards to healing that we need to know? Anything else? I think that's it. Yeah, it's just inner journey. Her inner journey is really her focus right now. Are there any messages from the ancestors? Because I tend to tap into the ancestors a lot more, and the angels. I tend to tap into 2 frequencies a lot, or a number of frequencies. What energies, what messages, ancestors, do you have for Billie? I get a lot of like retro energy with her. So there's certain artists, I feel like there's certain like old time artists that are actually around her. Interesting. Okay. So we have 3 cards that came through, and there's one more. Enjoy new beginnings. They want her to enjoy new beginnings for her future. They want her to also look at upskilling or looking at her career. I feel like she is coming to a place of learning and also being able to teach people. I feel like she has something else on her next stage of her journey that is going to help her with regards to tightening up on a skill set that she has with her voice. So I don't know if this is voice training, but I feel like she's going to be doing some more training. And what's interesting is it says find your voice as the second one. So she's found She has like phases, and I feel like she's finding her voice now in this season and expressing herself, opening up and singing out. We also have psychic strength. She needs to find a shield. She needs to find a talisman, and she needs to work on visualizations. I feel like she needs to work on her manifestations a bit more. And I feel like there is something specific that her guides and ancestors want to give her to help her transition. I'm hearing gold light. So gold light, as we said in that card, is really important. I feel like she needs to really visualize gold light when she goes out on her travels, like being protected. I'm hearing vinegar. Something about vinegar, like her ancestors telling her to use it. Vinegar would be helpful. I'm also getting a panther. She has some animal totems, like a panther. I'm getting the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. I think Archangel Raphael is around her a lot. I believe Archangel Raphael deals with music as well, so I would not be surprised. I feel like she needs to connect with water, connect with her ancestors, and use this talisman that they're bringing to her. Yeah, they're bringing some kind of like necklace or some kind of like symbol to help her channel, to help her connect with her team better. We have Courthouse, High Honor. I feel like she's coming to karmic retribution, yeah, with somebody. I feel like she's going to get the last say, and she's going to win on a situation because we have Journey coming through. It has been a long time coming, but I feel like she's going to speak out about something. So in the next 6 months, expect her to talk about something that was really concerning her. I also feel like it's something that's going to bring concern and an ending to some situation. People are going to begin to see something for what it is because of something that she says in the next 6 months about this relationship. Like I said, there's something about this guy. I don't know. I'm not liking the vibe. I don't even know this person, so I don't know. I just don't like what's coming through. Is there something you'd like to say about this person? So let's see what came through. This flipped out, and I'm feeling this card here, so we'll see that after. We have the Strength card, Leo energy, and the Nine of Wands again, but sideways. It came out again. So this person is very like defensive. It was better for them to be friends at the end of the day. This person is really defensive, very resilient, very stubborn, because we have two fire cards. I don't know if this person has a significant Leo placement, but there's something about self-control with him. Strength is not a bad thing inherently, but I'm getting this vibe that this person is really holding on to something. Queen of Swords, Two of Swords, and I'm feeling this card, the Chariot. So she's really undecided about saying something, and he's trying to keep her from saying it, and I feel like it's to help preserve their relationship or their friendship. So I just feel like she's going to respond to it anyway. I'm hearing prison reform. I don't know why. I feel like she left the situation because it wasn't emotionally satisfying her, but I feel almost like there's a reason. Like this person did something with the Nine of Swords. I feel like exposing it would be really hard on her, and she's trying to consider it. But I don't know what to say. I'm just getting that sense, and you guys will let me know whatever is going on that you know of. But something's going on there. Let's look at his external vibe towards her and internal vibe, and let's look at her external vibe and internal vibe towards him, because I just want to get that out of the way. Let me just put these back, because they still are important here when I'm channeling. So, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, please help me understand. Please help me understand the external vibe that Jesse Rutherford has towards Billie. What's his external vibe towards her? Okay, we have one card that fell. External. What is his internal vibe towards her? Wow, we have a lot of cards that came through, so we're just going to leave it. What is Billie Eilish's external vibe? What is her external vibe? Okay. What is her internal vibe towards him? Alright. So, what is the bottom line, or what's the overall energy? A lot of cards came through. Wow. Okay, so we're just gonna take those cards, a bunch here. Okay. And then bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Eight of Wands. Something about this relationship, about the dynamic, about social and societal expectations was very worrisome or burdensome for someone. So they had to address it. What is his external vibe towards Billie? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So externally, he wants people to see that the love has come out or died out, that the cup is empty now, that there's nothing going on. This horse, for some reason, I saw a teardrop, but that's just the horse's eyes. I feel like he's trying to say that there's no emotions left, that he's already cried the tears he's cried or addressed the things that need to be addressed in love. He's not interested in her. He's not attracted to her potentially anymore. The Knight of Cups in reverse, guys. Surprising to say, because Billie is very attractive in general, I feel like you can still lose attraction in someone or lose interest. So that's what's coming through, the Knight of Cups in reverse. What is Billie Eilish's external vibe towards him? Nine of Cups. It's about her being very externally, showing herself as being very happy, very comfortable, very emotionally satisfied right now, meaning that she's happy with how things have gone and that she's content. That's very interesting to have her have the Nine of Cups and him have the Knight in reverse. What is his internal vibe? Whoa, we have the Ten of Pentacles and a Seven of Pentacles in reverse. What's interesting is that when I asked about his internal vibe, these cards flipped out and they did this in reverse. So all of his cards are coming out in reverse on purpose. Ten of Wands or Ten of Pentacles is telling me that he doesn't see her as someone he would want to build with life long or long term, and that he was very impatient with her. He didn't see this as a long-term relationship at all. So I think he currently is just feeling like either tired of the situation, like he already is like up. I feel like he's not someone that settles down easily. I feel like he doesn't really want to settle down, and I feel like Billie's perspective is different. So I'm feeling like he's basically saying, like, with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, that he doesn't feel like a stability with her. He doesn't feel a connection deeply to her. And also it feels like it's a kind of like destabilized family type energy, like weird dynamic between the two of them, very unhinged and crazy. And what is Billie's internal vibe towards him? Five of Pentacles. Wow. So I feel like he's the one that pulled the plug on these two, or she recognized that he wasn't interested in being with her long term, wasn't interested in a family, wasn't interested in growing together, or the practicality, and she felt left out. So she is internally feeling left out in the dark with him. Damn. Okay, what is the bottom line? We have the Four of Wands in reverse. There was no connection, okay, so it feels like he didn't create like space for them to be in a relationship. There was no relationship. These came out in reverse on purpose. I'm just gonna keep them that way. There's a reason. There was no communication. I also feel like she didn't feel empowered or felt like she was honored in this relationship. It felt like it was losing its I'm hearing like its shine. Like it became less intuitive and less spiritual, and it became more so about lies. Wow. So there's like just Seven of Swords in reverse. There was a lot of lies. There was a lot of deceit. She didn't feel like she was in her energy. Like she didn't feel like an empress. She didn't feel good about the situation. It was very like heavy. I feel like their question of what they wanted to become, like what is this relationship really? Is this sexual? Is this like a emotional connection? Came to pass, and they started talking about it, and that became, I think Billie feels like, despite feeling really like left out, I feel like she's happy that she said what she needed to say, and that she put up the boundaries and said, this is what I want in a relationship. And then she got to understand what he wanted, and she tried not to take it personally, but I feel like there's still some residual anger, because I feel like this guy is really like sexually driven. He just loves women. There's something about him just having so many, like, I don't know, I'm hearing freakish like fantasies or something, and like her feeling a little uncomfortable about it. And I'm hearing, it's like, you know the word ION, like when people say I don't even want to do that. I feel like she was saying like I don't want to do that, and I feel like he did not like that. He was a little bit risky, and I don't think she was interested in that. 10 of Wands, it was a pain. It was like a burden on her shoulders to deal with that. Yeah, he's an interesting energy. He caused her a lot of like torment mentally, like staying up at night, like, oh, should I do this? Should I not? Wow. It's weird to see Billie being so like composed and saying like we're such good, you know, we're good, we're fine, and then there be the 5 of Pentacles. He left her out in the dark. He is the one that left her out in the dark. Is there anything else here? We have the Hermit. She knows, like, on the inside with Judgment and the Hermit, guys. Yeah, she made a judgment call. And look at the 9 of Cups coming back in again. So this is what was needed for her happiness. This is what was meant to happen. Because I feel like he's not the type of person to settle down. So that is what I have for you guys today. I hope this helps you understand her a bit better. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you soon.